Hey everybody, Darin Kid here. Quick question for you. Are you looking now for a way to generate extra income while we're going through these challenging times? Well, if you are, I'm going to give you some different perspectives today. And I think I have a pretty interesting perspective on each because not only have I had a job, I've had traditional businesses, and I was in the field as a distributor and network marketing for about 28 years. And so I appreciate you joining. Do me a favor as you join, depending on which platform, because I'm broadcasting to multiple platforms. Let me turn it on comments. Let me know where you're watching from, whether it's live or on replay. It's always exciting to see how our audience is growing, especially when everybody right now is staying at home. And so let me know what state, what city, what province in Canada, what country. That's great. And then two, if you have anyone that you know that is looking for a way to supplement their income, looking for a way to be able to possibly work from home, then you definitely want to share this. So I am not a distributor in any company. I am training, speaking, coaching full-time, but I think this will really help those people make a decision. And it will, some people are praying for a way to be able to feed their family, to bring in some extra income. And what I'm going to share with you today can really help you with that. So let me share with you, starting out, my perspective. So once again, at 18, I went to college for about a year and a half and I quit. And I got a job and I worked that job for quite some time. And then I left that company. We all got laid off. And I remember I was working so hard and I was really, and for some reason, the founder of that company, he really liked me. And, he's like, hey, look, I can, let you move up in the company. And so I had great ambitions and I was really excited about moving up in the company. I would volunteer to work weekends. I would volunteer for a whole lot of stuff. And they sold the company for millions of dollars and we all got laid off. Okay. So then I went to another company where I got a job as a manufacturer rep in the gift and furniture industry. And I worked really hard in that company and I wasn't good, but I made up in numbers what I lacked in skill. So I ended up having the highest increase in the entire Southeast in my territory. And the thanks that I got for that was I started getting laid off. I didn't get laid off. They started downsizing, cutting my territory, and that didn't go very well. And so I experienced the job having jobs. Let's just put it that way, right? And there's nothing wrong with having a job. I've got some friends of mine, they love their job. They love what they do. Maybe they're a teacher and they just love helping kids. But I have people that go, hey, Darin, I would love to do my job because I want to, not because I necessarily have to, right? So we have some people like that. Then I've had the franchise world, the traditional business world, where I had 2 frozen yogurt franchises. And so I learned a lot by going through that. I don't want to do that again, but I'm glad that I experienced that. And then I was a distributor before I went into the training world for 28 years and made a lot of money, helped a lot of people, traveled the world, had a lot of fun. So what I'm going to do is talk to you about why I believe now is there's never a better time than to look at the profession of network marketing than right now, and I want to help you with that. Now, let me start out by sharing with you something that I learned many years ago when I met a guy who was featured in Chicken Soup for the Entrepreneurial Soul, and it was where they interviewed 3,000 millionaires and billionaires for that book, and then they selected the stories that you read. And so I'd heard about a German philosopher that said, listen, opportunities go through 3 phases. And some of you, this is good for you to remember, whether you're in a network marketing company or whatever you're doing. But they said opportunities go through 3 phases. Number 1, you're ridiculed. Number 2, they're opposed, actually severely, violently opposed, and then self-evident. So ridiculed, violently opposed, then self-evident. So I met this guy in Northern Virginia who had 12 cell phone stores in the late 80s. And this is when you talk to 10 people and you say, hey, listen, one day we're all going to have a phone in your pocket, in your purse, everywhere you go, you're going to have a phone with you. And people laughed at him. So if you talk to 10 people, at least 9 out of 10 people laughed at him and said, hey, listen, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Right? Cell phones, they're very expensive. The reception is terrible. Like that's not gonna happen. Right? And then what happened was in the early 90s, AT&T came in and paid him $14 million for 12 stores losing money. They were only 300 square foot each. So now if you go sell cell phones, it's hard to make a living. But he got positioned back then when people laughed at him, they were ridiculed and opposed, and he got rich. So don't want what you don't want. A lot of times people go, man, I wish everybody saw the network marketing industry. I wish everyone saw, the value of our company and our products and services. Well, that's not always like that. And if you look at only 3% ever get involved in the first two most profitable phases, it's when it's ridiculed and opposed. If you look at the franchise world, there was a point in time where people go, man, franchises are scams. That's never going to make it. And now they're everywhere, right? So it's interesting to see the transition right now, because you really don't have to sell people anymore. And by the way, jobs, traditional businesses, network marketing, online marketing, not everything is for everyone. So right now, I am not trying to convince you what you should do. Or you have people that maybe you're talking to what they should do. What I want to do is give you a different perspective maybe than you've had before. I want to give you some of the good, the bad, the ugly when it comes to each one of those. And I'm going to look at the comments real quick. Awesome. We've got Debbie on. Welcome, Debbie, and Jason and Gordon. Appreciate you jumping on. Let's see. We got Samantha. Thanks for letting me know where you're watching from. And by the way, again, if you have people that are looking for a way to supplement their income as we're going through these challenging times, definitely share this, whether it's a Facebook group. And if you're already in the network marketing profession, I would encourage you to share this in some of your groups, because I think this is some information that's going to be good to know. All right. So let's talk about, where we are right now. One, the timing. Sometimes there's a bigger T than the T in talent. It's the T in timing. There are times where I would rather be in the right place at the right time than be smart. For example, when we opened our frozen yogurt franchises, the very first one that we opened, I knew it was the right timing, right? And we opened the doors. We didn't do any advertising. And there was over 1,000 people a day walking through the door day one with no advertising. We just opened the door, right? We did almost $100,000 in frozen yogurt the first month at little $4 and $5 cups. But I knew it was going to do this, and then it was going to do this. I knew it was only a matter of time, because if it can be duplicated, it will be duplicated. And frozen yogurt is very easy to knock off, right? I mean, you buy from the same suppliers, you buy the same machines, and you buy pretty much the same toppings, right? So right now, here's where we are as far as the timing of network marketing. Why I think it's the perfect time, and I think there's never going to be a better time to get positioned and involved. But let me give you a little warning, right? Let me give you a warning. Be very sensitive to who you're talking to. Network marketing is not for everybody, just like franchises are not for everybody. Maybe a job's not for everyone. And the last thing you want to do is come across as arrogant, knowing everything, putting down their job, putting down their traditional business, because you know what? There's a lot of successful people in each one of those categories. But let me tell you why I think network marketing right now, you do not have to sell. Before in network marketing, we had to tell people, hey, listen, it's smart to have some type of plan B in case you get laid off, in case you get downsized, in case your company was sold, like for me, right? The company was sold and we lost our job overnight back many years ago. You don't have to sell people on that ever again. You don't have to sell them on, hey, you probably need multiple streams of income. You shouldn't have all your eggs in one basket. Like I've had talks with friends of mine, and now they understand, because some of them, their basket, the bottom fell out, and they're now going, Darin, you know what? I am definitely going to look at other business models. I never want to be caught in this situation again. And I think that's awesome, because what we're going to find is we're going to get through these challenging times, right? Where the world is quarantined and everybody's at home. And the great news is we're at home, we're safe. There's a lot of positives. We can look at that. Extra time with family, a time to slow down and really be grateful and thankful for all the blessings that we have, in life. And we're going to get through this. This too shall pass. Problems don't come to stay, right? They come to pass. And we're going to pass through this. And there are going to be two types of people that go through this. Some just go through it and they let it break them. And there are going to be other people that go say, you know what, like me, I'm like, I am going to grow more in the next couple months than I ever have in my entire life. I'm going to learn. I'm going to grow. I'm going to challenge myself to get out of my comfort zone and do some things I've been putting off, right? And I'm not just going to go through it. I'm going to grow through it. It's not going to make me bitter. It's going to make me better. How can I serve more people? How can I impact more people? How can I connect with more people all over the world? And the beautiful thing about it, you can do that right from your smartphone. Just like right now, I'm looking at all the different countries from Africa, Germany, multiple countries. We're all right here. We're sharing information. We're growing together. And that's awesome. Never been a better time to have technology that can connect all of us, right? And so you don't have to sell people on any of those things. And so what are the alternatives? Well, the alternatives are, hey, look, I can look for an extra job to bring money in, but so are millions of people all over the world right now thinking about where can I find, a lot of companies are shut down. Traditional businesses are shut down. So maybe finding an extra job, it's not the time to do that. Or they're looking, hey, look, well, maybe when we come out of this, you could do it. You could launch a traditional business. I'm talking to friends of mine that have had traditional businesses for 10 or 20 years that are worrying about the next 2 months shutting their business down that they've spent their whole life building. And how many people are going to feel comfortable putting their name on a 5-year lease like I did, right? Like I did for 5 years for $4,000 plus a month. This has been 9 years ago when I had our franchises. $4,000 and some dollars a month for 5 years. That's just the lease, right? Not the equipment or anything else. So they're looking at, okay, well, maybe an extra job is not the right thing right now. Well, traditional business, I can't even do that at this point if we're quarantined and we're in our homes. And then when we do get out of here, I really don't feel comfortable doing that. And a lot of people are like, look, if I had the kind of money it takes to launch a traditional business, I probably wouldn't need to launch traditional business, right? Because the franchises, we spent $300,000 on one and $400,000 on another. And that was 10 years ago. And a lot of things are more expensive now than they were back 9 or 10 years ago. They can do online marketing, maybe through eBay and things like that. Well, I've got some friends of mine right now, their entire online marketing selling products was shut down because most of their products were coming from China. Or they can look at network marketing. So let me go ahead. I'm going to talk pretty fast, but this is going to be on replay, whether it's on YouTube or Periscope or the Facebook page. You can come back, you can listen to it, you can pause it and take some notes. But what I did was I wrote down some of the things that I love about network marketing and why now has never been a better time. You never have to sell someone on needing a plan B, multiple streams of income, finding a way to work from home like you do now. So again, this is probably a good time to share. Let me know in the comments if you're sharing, please, so I can give you a shout out. So let's just go right through them. Levels the playing field. What does that mean? It means that you could be a college dropout like I was. You can live in a small town like I did and still do, right? We live in a town with, I think it's 1,500 people in our actual town. The last time I looked at the numbers, 10,000 in the county, in a little small town in Virginia. So you can work in the middle of nowhere from home, no, lack of education like me as far as a college degree. So it levels the playing field, right? Doesn't matter. Anyone can come in and plug into the system, and it will allow average people to have the potential to make way above average income if they're willing to do the work. Now, are you going to have people that go, oh my gosh, I knew people that did network marketing and they never made any money? Well, you know what? That's true. But it's not just network marketing, it's everything. That's like somebody going, oh, wait a minute, you're a member of a gym? Have you not heard they're scams? And then you're like, what do you mean they're scams? I know a lot of people that go to the gym and they're still out of shape. It's not that gyms don't work, it's people that don't work. So when it comes to network marketing, yeah, the challenge is because the investment is so low, which is another positive in network marketing, and it's a negative. Just being real with you, being transparent. You can get started for less than the price of your smartphone. For most companies, $1,000 or less. I'm seeing companies right now, $29, $50, $150. It's fascinating. Do me a favor, do not put the name of your company in the comments. But if you're in network marketing, let me know what is the investment to get started in your company right now, right? And I'll guarantee you it is minimal. So a franchise, traditional business, massive investment, very little to no support. What I love about network marketing, it's a minimal investment, but it's a lot of support. So my job, my boss and my manager, I remember they didn't want me getting too good. I had big goals and big dreams to move up in the company, but it threatened my boss and my manager. So they were going, go, Darin, go, as they tried to hold me down. Not every company's like that. So I'm not saying every company, but I'm just saying what I personally experienced at my job. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced that. Where in network marketing, the only way you ever achieve what you want is by helping someone else get what they want. And I like that business model a lot better. So traditional business, big investment, little to no support. Network marketing, minimal investment, a lot of support. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Levels the playing field. Another thing, you can start today. Show me another business. When we decided, hey, look, we want to launch a franchise or we're going to open a franchise, one of them took us an entire year from the day we signed everything because we had all kinds of issues, build out issues, permit issues. So it was a year of hassle, headache, massive investment, paying the rent even before we were in it on one of them. And yet it took a long time just to start bringing in $1. What I love about network marketing, like all of you that are on here, okay, $250 to $1,000, $199. Thank you, Gustavo, for sharing. I appreciate you. So what's fascinating, you can sign up today and you can start building your business today. And when you sign up, here's the great thing about it. The company, when it comes to network marketing, you don't have to worry about the infrastructure. You don't have to worry about, having a website and building a website. You don't have to worry about the back office. You don't have to worry about the training systems. You don't have to worry about the tools when you use to market your products, your services, and your business. Like they do all of that. They take care of the infrastructure for you. So you can start today, enroll today, have your website up and running today, have access to the training today, and start sharing information. Even if you said, hey, listen, who do you know that's looking to generate some extra income working from home? Our company is growing, right? Because so many people are stuck in their home. Do you happen to know of anyone? And they go, well, what about me? And you go, well, look, I'm excited. I just got started. I'm so new, I can't explain it, but I can send you a video that does a better job than I do. And they're going to go, well, sure. Well, let me ask you some questions. Well, hey, I'm too new, but this video answers the questions better than I do. My website will answer the questions better than I do. And then past that, once you look at that, if you do have some questions beyond that, I'll put you on the phone with one of my business partners, the people that's actually helping me in this company. How hard is that? And by the way, if you like what you see, you would be doing the same thing that I'm doing with you, which is getting people to watch a short video. It's demonstratable, it's duplicatable. So that's how fast you can get up and running. That's what I love about network marketing. You can actually get your investment back. And again, it all depends on how fast you want to work, how hard you want to work. The downside of network marketing, how do you get in? You pay a minimal investment, I'm in. How do you get out? I'm out. It's very simple. What's easy to do is easy not to do. Where traditional business, what I liked about a traditional business is the fact it held me accountable. Like quitting wasn't an option. So when you invest several $100,000, you're in it to win it, and you're not going anywhere. Like you're being creative, you're being resourceful. Like every day you're just asking, how can we get the message out? And you're praying you get your money back by the time the lease is up in 5 years, let alone make a profit. Where what we do, what you do in network marketing, you get your investment back pretty quickly. You can earn while you learn. That's another thing as well. You learn skills and not just work your business, but you're going to be growing, you're going to be learning, and you can earn while you learn. My wife was looking up the other day, the average price of a public college in the US, if it's in state, the average per year is $20,770. So that's almost, by the time you pay for housing and food, you're 6 figures in debt. And they go to school for 4 years. And then when you get out of college, you're 6 figures in debt. That's where you start. You play the resume game. And a lot of them don't even get a job and they have a degree and they get a job with something that's totally different based off of what they've been studying in school. Now, I'm not saying education is bad, but what I'm saying is here you get to earn while you learn, and you get to use skills that can help you throughout your entire life, how to set goals, how to overcome challenges, how to think the right way, right? How to deal with people. it's just so many great things that you learn. Give me a thumbs up or some hearts, depending on what platform you're on, and let me know if this is making sense to you. Positive, encouraging environment. They don't teach us this in school, that your environment is more important than your willpower. It's stronger than your willpower. So your associations work harder on you than you work on them. And you show me your closest friends, I will show you your future. So right now, with us being quarantined in our homes, and our governor just said, hey, look, you're on lockdown till June 10th, right? And we're doing this video on March 30th. I'm not hanging around people that are going, oh, poor, pitiful me. Man, I can't believe this is happening to us. I'm talking and associating to people like all of you that are hungry, have desire, willing to work. And I told a friend of mine this morning, I go, look, we're going to look back on these times, and we're going to people that have a bad perspective and are not looking at this the right way, it's going to hurt them. I go, but the people that go back, I go, for example, you're going to look back, your business would have steadily grown over the last several years, because I know you're motivated and you're driven, and it would have steadily grown at a certain percentage like it has been. I go, but because of this, it's going to cause you to get so much more resourceful, more creative. It's going to cause you to ask your questions. How can I give more value? How can I add more value to people's lives? How can I make a bigger impact? How can I grow faster with the resources that we have? And I go, we're going to look back and go, you know what? That was one of the best things that ever happened to us financially and business-wise, because it forced us out of our comfort zone. And we'll look back and go, man, if that hadn't happened, then we would have never did the things that we did. But the whole point there is, it all depends on who you're hanging around. And it depends on what you're listening to, what you're reading, who you're associating with. So what I love about network marketing is you're around a bunch of great people that have a positive attitude, that are all marching the same direction. Like they want to become the best version of themselves, and that rubs off on you. It definitely rubs off on you. No employees, no lease or equipment in a network marketing business. I like to use the yogurt franchise that we had, because there's really no simpler traditional business than frozen yogurt. I mean, it's yogurt and toppings. You can put fruit, you can put M&Ms and Skittles and gummy bears and chocolate syrup. It's pretty simple, right? Each yogurt machine I looked up, they're now $18,000 a piece. And they want you to have 7 to 10 of those. 7 to 10. That's just the yogurt machines. That doesn't count the build out, the tables, the chairs, the decorations. That doesn't count the freezers. The fudge warmer, okay, fudge warmer. This has been 10 years ago. It just sits on the counter and warms fudge. Back then was $500. Isn't that crazy? Your businesses, all of you listed your business, the price, every one of you, there's a basic package that is less than $500 to get started in your company. And just the fudge warmer was $500. The front door, the doormat, where you walk in and you wipe your feet, and it had the name of our franchise, was over $500. So, I mean, that's why here, no lease, no equipment, no employees, you can work from anywhere. That's another great thing. I mean, I want you to imagine, yeah, you can work your job, because I have people go, Darin, I work my job because I want to, and I love it, but I would love to work my job because I want to, not because I have to. And I would love to have extra income coming in to pay off debt and be able to travel the world and see things and experience things and all of that. So imagine the great thing about what we do. You can work by the pool. You can work once they open up things by the beach. Like right now, I can work outside, walking around on my phone, talking to people. I mean, you could go on vacation, not have to worry about when you're coming back. So you can work from anywhere, and you have the ability to create freedom. Tax savings. I'm not a CPA, I'm not an accountant, but there's a lot of tax savings that the rich and the wealthy take advantage of. And so if you're not taking advantage of that, get with your CPA, get with your accountant. There's a reason the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. You have the ability to leverage your time and efforts. I'll end with this. By the way, let me know if you're getting some good value in the comments. All right. And let me know, like the video if you're on YouTube or wherever, like it if you like this type of content, and I'll keep bringing you this type of content. This is a book called Rich Dad's The Business School. And this is an older one. It's the second edition for people who like helping people. So yeah, maybe one of your friends, your broke friends and family said, you know what? I can't believe you're going to do that. Well, If your friend is not a New York Times best-selling author, USA Today best-selling author, the Wall Street Journal best-selling author, right? One of the best-selling business authors of all times, Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So if you walk into a bookstore, his books are everywhere. Cash Flow Quadrant. He has an entire book talking about why he believes in the power of network marketing. So I used to listen to some of my broke friends and family that would share things with me. Like, wait a minute, if you buy people's opinion, you buy their lifestyle. So if they don't have what I want, why am I listening to them? And they complain about their job. They complain about not having money. They complain about not having freedom. Why am I listening to those people? It's like you listening to me on hair care tips. That would be crazy, right? You're not gonna listen to me. I have no hair. I do, you just can't see it. It's very little, right? You're gonna find someone that has healthy, a lot of hair, not me. So this book, Robert Kiyosaki, talks about most people look for work. Wealthy people build networks. So if you wanna have time freedom and financial freedom, you have to develop assets that throw off cash. So money with no time does you no good. I know doctors, they're like, look, I make a lot of money, but I have no life. Then I've got some friends that have a lot of time, but they have no money. So money with no time does us no good. Time with no money does us no good. So the way you develop assets that throw off cash, when our first franchise was was cranking and we wanted a second one, we had to go out and go, you know what? We spent $300,000 in this one. The other one ran over $100,000. So it's a total of $400,000. If we wanted another location, we had to go through all of that again. What do you have to do, right? You get started, you share with people, you have happy customers, you let them know, hey, listen, I know you love the products. There's an awesome business attached to this. If you or anyone you know is looking to make some supplemental income, I'd love to share that information with you. And if they go, well, what is it? I mean, you're able to introduce another individual, and that individual is an asset that has the ability to generate extra cash flow for them and for you by helping them succeed. So this is a great book, The Business School by Robert Kiyosaki. But those are just some of my tips on my perspective on my jobs, my traditional businesses, and why I believe network marketing, 100 million people participate before the COVID-19. Okay, before we were quarantined, 100 million people, $180 billion profession. In my opinion, it's going to explode because more people are going to be looking to work from home than ever before. This is a great profession. You got to find a company that has the right products or service. People like, Darin, what should I join? I don't give recommendations because I'm training for so many companies. It would be a conflict, but find something that you're passionate about, a product, a service. You know, there's so many companies that have great products and great services and great support teams and infrastructures. And so that's why I believe network marketing, there's never been a better time than now. And we're going to see an explosion. And so I'd encourage you, if you're not in, take a look. Whoever shared this video with you, I would encourage you to get back to that person and find out what they have to offer. And guess what? If it's not for you, no big deal. But at least you're able to make an educated decision once you talk to the person that tagged you or got you to watch this video. And then if it's not for you, you're still friends. It's no big deal, right? But I would want my friends and family coming to me if they have something that I know that could benefit my friends and family. And there's a lot of people, they may look good, smell good, but right now they're broke. They may be driving a Mercedes, but they don't have gas money to put in the Mercedes. You just don't know what's going on in other people's lives. Some of my top leaders when I was building in the field were the people that, because I encourage people to share it with the ones they love and care about, because you want them to have the ability to benefit. They're like, well, they wouldn't be interested because they're already successful. They're focused on something else. They're doing this, they're doing that. Their spouse is a financial planner. They have a lot of money. And once they saw it, they pulled us aside and said, listen, no one knows this is going on in my life, but we've been praying for something like this. Thank God you shared this with me. What took you so long? Why did you wait? And so you have the opportunity to bless a lot of people right now with your products, your services, and the ability for them to be able to generate income from home, to be able to start today, to start building today, to be around a positive group of people. And that's definitely a huge blessing. And by the way, I know we're still on, we've been on for a little while now, but if you go to this link, if you like this type of training, I have got a free 30-day trial for a group that I'm doing. So we don't even collect payment information, but I have a group where I train once, most of the time it's twice a week in this group, the3mfactor.com. I'm going to close it out at the end of this month. That's my intention. No more 30-day free trial. We don't even collect payment information. Go to this. If you want your team experiencing this type of training from someone that's not in any company, let me motivate, inspire, educate, and train your team, then get them to go to that group. Let me go to work for you. At the end of 30 days, if they don't want to join, they just don't join because we didn't collect payment information. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Have an awesome rest of your day. Stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you on the next training. Take care.